So then in 1972, so I'm 72. So 50 years ago, I went to jail for LSD. So I was kind of round robin. And there I was. But before that, I was hanging out with Santana. I was on Rolling Stone tours. I was with Crosby, Nash. I had a boutique, and I was a hippie, but I had a boutique in Manhattan called Working Class Hero. And I had used jeans, used Hawaiian shirts, used Western shirts, uptown Manhattan. So it was like a downtown store uptown. And then, I went to jail for a year and a half. So I came out with,
wow.
Yeah, tell me about it. I don't know.
Different times.
I was 24 years old. And
here you could smack an old lady across the face, take a purse, and use her money to buy heroin. You get out the next day.
Right. But here just selling LSD because I couldn't understand, And then when I came out, you come out with $40 in a blue suit and they say, don't come back. Wow. I said, one thing I know, I'm not like selling acid, making that, doing anything anymore because I am never going back in there. So what I did is that I said, I'd learned yoga before. And I practiced, all the yoga I practiced in jail kept me together in jail. And I said, if it could keep me together in jail, because all I used to do is get high, have sex, travel, have fun. And all of a sudden I'm in this space, just like we're in this space now, everybody. Everybody, you're in this space now. You're in your own space. So I was doing yoga the whole time. It kept me together. Not saying everybody should do yoga all the time, but it won't hurt.
Listen, you said before this. Here's the only advertisement you need for your expos, for holistics, for yoga, for anything. You said that you're 72 years old, which I'm calling bullshit. I think that's just a way for you to sell more of whatever you sell over there. But if you look that good at 72, see, I'm 24. I look like hot garbage on a July day. So for you.
Well, 25 I was in jail. What the hell?
Well,
you're gorgeous, Sal.
You're having a lot more fun than me at 25. And look at you at 72. It's tremendous. So you've experienced everything.
And 50% is here. 50% is here. I mean, people have to be positive. You have to be positive. You have to do affirmations. You have to do visualizations because your nervous system can't tell the difference between what is real and what you think is real. So whatever you believe to be true in your being is true. So 50% is here. I haven't had meat or chicken since 71. That's long. That's 50 years. So that's a biggie. And yoga and meditating. So basically, it's your mind, folks. I mean, it is. And as I said before, your mind and what you do and say is what you're going to attract with other people or attract to other people. And the thing about the expo is, I would say the main stars. So in the old days, I had everybody. I mean, anybody that you've heard of has been in the expo, either on the way up or down. As far as like you said, Tony Robbins and Deepak, but everybody. But the main stars of the expo, is the people that come there. And all of a sudden you come to an expo and you see people like yourself, like-minded people. Like, it's not like walking into a bar. And I say, you go into a bar and you meet a drunk. You go to an expo, you meet a god or goddess. It's a little bit different of what you're going to meet. And because otherwise, where do people meet like-minded people? Or
that's what you said before. That's the whole reason you opened your yoga studio in the first place.
Right.
Is you were living in New York and you didn't know if there were people like you out there who had this spiritual connection with themselves, with the world around them. That's how you started this.
Yeah, because
and now you're up to how many vendors per expo?
Hey, listen to this with the expo though. See, I knew that if it kept me together in jail, it keep anybody together. I was a cool guy, so like people can come and say, oh yeah, he's doing it, I can do it. That type of thing. But I had the first few months, I had 4 classes a day. Well, before that, I taught in the first health club in New York. I was the first yoga teacher in the first health club in New York. That was December 73. It was called the New York Health Club. Now it's the New York Health and Racket Clubs. And people loved it. And they didn't know why they loved it. And I knew why. It was the spiritual part. They left feeling different than when they came. So I said, okay, I'm opening up this yoga center because if it kept me together, it's going to keep everybody together. So I have 4 classes a day, 1 person in each class. That was it. I was like, oh God, And I just like gave up. I said, you know what? It is what it is. I had no money. I borrowed money. I even borrowed money from my real estate agent, his commission. And I got this old, dilapidated Jewish temple in Manhattan on 72nd and First. And I used to just drill the bricks, and it was 30 feet high ceilings. I used to do everything myself. And I used to have 2 stoops. It's kind of cool because people used to throw me off their stoops when I was younger. But I had 2 stoops. And people would come in, they would look, and I wouldn't even talk. I would say, come. And they would do yoga next to me. I always had a liver flush drink. I'd give them a free drink. And after a while, people used to help me construct, throw garbage out, do this, do this, do this. At the end of the day, I had 40 people in every class. But I knew, and that was one of the things I was going to talk about, turning your fantasy into reality. I knew that as long as I kept my center, kept my belief, just stayed who I was, that it was all going to work out. And it did, thank God. But
yeah, and hard work and dedication, to have gone from, feeling down, feeling like you've gotten a slap in the face, having one person per class, to then doubling down on it, getting a bigger place, doing the work yourself, and working hard at it. A lot of people would have quit at the first juncture.
Right.
So that says a lot for, like you said, finding a center, believing in yourself.
Yeah, you have to. And, most people have ideas and, oh yeah, I could have done that. I should have done that. I wanted to do that. Everybody, when you center yourself, you get these ideas in your mind, and other people are getting the same thing. The difference is you have to follow through on it. You have to follow through. If you don't follow through, it won't work. And you're right. You're going to hit barriers. You're going to hit like whatever. But if you follow through, it ends up being okay. And it happened, I've been lucky enough where it's happened, it happened with my yoga center. I'm an herbalist, it happened with my herb shops. It happened with, I delivered my child in my yoga center, and now she's 40. But I delivered 40 years ago my yoga center, which most people weren't doing that. And then a couple of months later, my yoga center went on fire. It was 3 floors, it was 2 buildings, it was incredible. And all of a sudden I have nothing. But I knew when I came out of jail, I had nothing also. And so I knew no matter if you have nothing, if you stay centered within yourself, you will always get what your dream is going to be.
Happened with Sal too.
I was going to say, he followed his dream. Look at him, 25 years old, traveling around the world.
Whoa.
Come on.
I stepped in shit. Heidi Klum, got her rocks off on me. That's a little different than what Mark has done here. So.
How many people
equating the two is a bit of a stretch.
How many people have tried to do? How many people are successful in singing? I mean, million people.
Probably 1%. It's the same. I think it's the same percentage. I've looked this up before, because there's been plenty of times where the industry has a lot of twists and turns, ups and downs. Right now, it's a big down for everybody. But, a lot of times you think, wow, do I really have what it takes? And then you do the research. And it's much like when high school athletes are excited about their NFL careers. 1%, 1% of high school athletes in this country become professional athletes. 1%. So the NFL is made up of 1% on average of high school athletes who dreamed they were going to be in the NFL. The difference of that 1% is people who actually did it, who actually went to 2-bys all day, and then worked out at home, and then on the weekends and holidays and spring break and all that, and all summer long, they kicked their own butts until they were good enough to go to college. And then once they got a full ride to college, they didn't quit there. They didn't rest on their laurels. They put in double time work. Not only did they do well in school, but they did well enough on the field that they can get drafted into the NFL. So it's 1% of all those high school athletes, of all those hopes and dreams come true. And the difference is what you said. It's centering your life. It's focusing your life. It's focusing your energy on what you love. And that in part is what I've been doing for the last 4 years, is to focus my energy on what I truly love, which is music, which is performing. Even in times like these, I had all my shows pretty much for March, April, May, June, and now starting July, getting rescheduled, getting pushed back months and months and months. And now I'm thinking, what the hell do I do with myself? Now this is March 16th. I flew home from California. I packed it in. I put all my stuff in my truck, put the truck on a transport, caught a flight. I said, if I'm getting stuck anywhere, California has been practicing social distancing for the last 30, 40 years, those people. So if I'm going to be stuck anywhere, I'm going to be stuck in New York, where even though we're wearing masks, people still want to talk to you. So
what are you, crazy?
Yeah, I know.
You count on good
What are you on your mind?
I know. I you know what? Something in my head was like, you know what? It's 55 degrees in New York today. That's not so bad. And then it got so bad, and California's gotten so good. So I know I must be out of my mind. But what I am crazy about, Mark, what I'm absolutely nuts about is my family. And if anything would have happened to my family and I wasn't around and I wasn't there to help them, that would break my heart. That would destroy me. So
that's the reason why I'm here.
That was number one.
Most of the time I'm in Florida in the summer, most of the time. And
number two, I said, how am I going to survive this? How are we going to weather this storm? And I said, well, exactly how I make myself happy, exactly how I made myself whole when my grandmother passed away when I was 10 years old. It's through music. It's through this music. So I called up my pianist, Jason Reese. He came to the house. We social distance. He sits 10 feet away from me at the piano, and he plays and I sing. And once a week we do a little thing for my fans. And it's nothing big. It's nothing like my shows. My shows, I have a 9-10 piece band. So it's way different. But it's simplifying things. It's getting back to what truly makes you happy in life and focusing your energy into that. And even though the first couple of times were awkward and they were pretty unfulfilling in my book, the fact that I'm doing it now once a week, it's something to look forward to, number one.
Well, you're doing it again, too.
Yeah.
That's how you started.
Right. It's exactly how I started. So often in times like these, we need people like Mark to bring us back to basics, to bring us back to ourselves, to refocus on what we truly, truly love in life. Mark has faced so many tribulations, and still 40 some odd years later, 45 years later, is on top of his game, is better than he's ever been. So, you know, we could take a lot from that. Being 24 years old, I could take a lot from that.
So what I'm doing, so the next expo was supposed to be the end of this month in Manhattan. Of course, it's not happening. And so what I did is, so this is my 6th weekend. I've been doing a virtual expo. And with the virtual expo—
I wonder who called you up and said, Mark, we got to join the 20th century.
Ellen was my muse.
Ellen, go ahead. Reach over and just like that, Ellen. Just like that.
I've been doing 10 speakers from like 11 to 4. 10 speakers every Saturday and every Sunday for the last 5 weeks. And this will be the 6th week coming up. And now what's kind of cool is that people that don't live in an area near an expo or in a country near an expo can come and hear these speakers. So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Tell about some of the speakers, because the speakers are off the hook. The guy that did the sound healing, everybody that you speak are the brilliant minds that—
Well, I've had everybody. I mean, I've had, like Judy Satori from New Zealand. I've had people from India, from England, from California, from Japan. The fellow from Japan, he was incredible. So people from all over the world in all different fields. It could be nutrition. It could be spirituality. What color are you making there? What are you doing?
My mascara? Like I said, I'm playing with myself. I'm raw.
Oh, stop saying that.
See how flushed I look.
Elle's just doing her makeup while we're over here.
But now,
You gotta be happy, baby.
Ellen, every Sunday starting at 4:30 will be doing a makeup tutorial, and she'll show everyone. I'm serious, Ellen. I am so serious, and she'll be showing everybody how she plays with herself, by the way, Ellen,
He loves to do.
bill it as that. If you bill it as watch every Sunday at 4:30, I'll play with myself. You'll get a lot more subscribers than if you say I'm doing my makeup. So if you word it like that, you know, you get some cross contamination with all your fans. So
Marketing is very important.
She'll have like 10,000 fans or more. You're right, Sal.
Actually, let me see if I can do this. I'll show you if I could share this. Let's see. Can you see
Oh,
that?
here we go.
So this is this weekend coming up. And what I've been doing is adding some panels to it, meaning that people love the panels at the expo. So this way, instead of seeing one person at a time, you can see 4, 5, or 6 people. Kind of like this, like we're in a panel right now. And so I think you have the goddess panel. Goddess panel we've always done in Florida. And I have all these goddesses or these beautiful women that found their core, their center, and showing other people how to create the goddess within them. Also, for the men, they can listen to what a goddess really wants in a man. So that's kind of cool. The Strange Universe panels have people that, you know, this week they came out, I don't know if you saw it, they came out with the UFOs.
Yeah.
And they saw
the Pentagon released UFO footage.
Finally. So in the early, when were we doing? In the early 90s, I had the head of the Strategic Air Command talk at the expo. And those days they didn't have the videos, but they had audio. And he played audio as a pilot saying, "Do you see that? What was that? Wow, look at there it goes again." Blah, blah, blah. So we've been talking about this for a very long time. Now, finally, it's coming out. And if we can be so arrogant to think that we're the only ones in this universe, then it must be a pretty dumb universe.
Here's what I think, though, okay? Aliens, right? Aliens they travel light years to fly the UFOs around Earth. They're obviously so much smarter than us, so much more advanced than us, that they probably look at us like some, a moving form of a plant. That's how they look at us. They look at us like, if they're so much more advanced than us, why wouldn't they just touch down and, and turn us into their slaves? Like, why haven't they done that?
Because we're amazing. Because we are the only culture that can feel and have orgasms and communicate and love. Most of them come from a place of being coming from a mental perspective. They can't fathom how we were supposed to kill ourselves so much earlier, and we're still going strong because we're in that love frequency that kind of blows away every other planet, every other universe. We're unique.
I think some of them orgasm from head to toe.
What was that, love?
I said, I think some of them orgasm from head to toe.
Is there anything like Ellen in there?
But I wish someone would come down here, tell us what to do with this virus, or maybe they created the virus to help keep us together. I don't know, something.
No, we created that. We created it out of our own ego and our own greed. And we are going to, out of love, shift it all. And we're going to be our best selves because we're going to learn how to own ourselves, own our energy, own our possibilities, own that connection to all that is, and be able to get out of the old paradigm of guilt and hatred and fear and negativity and move into positive states of being and living your joy and showing people how to love and support each other and live a whole new reality.
Go get him, girlfriend.
So
I don't know who.
Amazing, and we're gonna be the way showers. We're the light workers, and I want to be in the goddess panel and to show people how to love yourself and love others.
I don't know who came up with the virus. I don't know if it was brought from another planet or whatever, but I know how we're going to prevent it. Namaste inside. That's an idea for a T-shirt, Mark. I want 10% Namaste inside, okay?
You got it, baby. Well,
all right.
Notice that I always thought that the only way this world can get together, because right now every country is fighting a different country. And of course our government, the Republican or Democrat, and the people, you're a Republican, you're terrible. You're a Democrat, you're terrible. You're the deplorable, you're this. So you're right. I mean, she's right that Ellen's right. We're creating this energy. So I always knew we needed a common enemy. And I thought like an alien would come down as the common enemy, but this virus is the common enemy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We come together to fight it. We come together by staying apart.
Right.
Seen that?
Mark,
Oh, look, Julian has
My
entered the
brother.
house. Julian Michael, a gorgeous, incredible energy. If anybody doesn't know him.
how are you, Mark, and everyone?
Awesome.
Sal, you said a very beautiful thing in regards to it's very important that people follow their purpose and what they feel is important for them to share with the world, as you are as an artist. And Mark, you're a child of the 50s, as I'm a child of the 60s. And what's interesting right now is we are shifting the virus because we are coming from that place of light and love within our hearts, as Mark, you beautifully said, to get in touch with what is within ourselves. And that's what's beautiful about your expos, is that people of like mind and like hearts are coming together because we're different than the norm. We are our own norm.
Right.
So when you're connecting with brothers and sisters that have something in their hearts, in their minds, in their souls, telling them, hey, be the light of love. It's not as bad as you think it is. It's not as bad as the statistics tell you it is. Be in yourself and follow your heart and do whatever you can to share your heart, especially now in May, because this is the winds of change. This is the winds of change. Yesterday, and I'm here living on the Upper East Side, I heard go to the East River, and it was like storm outside. And I went to the East River, and it was an amazing experience, an adventure with the winds and the elements and stuff like that. And just showing me and us in May that we're shamans. We're mystics. We're mystic shamans that are so amazing. We are the miracles, and here performing miracles every day with our voice and what we're saying and sharing with the rest of the so-called norm. And we're here to plant seeds. Is that right, Mark? That's all.
Well,
we're here to plant seeds.
You know, for those who don't know Julian, of course, he's an incredible person on this planet, and also an incredible numerologist. So today, May 1st, what's happening today? Numerology.
That's right. This is It's a movement. Tell us, Julian, from April to May, the energetic shift that is happening at this moment in time, which is like no other.
Well, April was all about us being in our space and place of the four. April is a four. It's a four energy. So the four is always about organization, disciplining, planning, putting ourselves together, putting our homes together, being around people of home, responsibility, family. But at the same time, the four is saying, hey, you know what? Now that you have it together, there's a door, and the door is open to infinite possibilities. The door is open to infinite probabilities, and be the architect in April. And the 5 is all about change, reflection of what's been happening in April, as well as the other months, taking what serves you and moving forward, using the 5 elements of earth, air, water, fire, ether, connecting even more with your senses, your sensoriality of hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and beyond, as well as it's also the shaman, it's the kundalini energy, it's the chi energy, it's the Christos energy, it's the pentagram, which is the 5-pointed star that I have read and understood that people of the mystery schools used to wear this 5-pointed star because they couldn't talk about what happened in the mystery schools themselves. But when they were outside, they wore the pentagram, and the pentagram represented that they were part of a mystery school that purported the universal teachings of the ancients. Now, we also have the duality. The 4 is a box. It's a coffin. So if your belief is in that, you are in a coffin. The 5, instead of being all about change and freedom, it's having no freedom. It's allowing yourself to resist the changes and what is in your senses, what is being communicated to you with the elements, and you're being asked to be stuck in your body, be stuck in your house, be stuck in what is being told to you. And this is all about freedom of mind, freedom of spirit, freedom of heart, freedom for you to be the channel of the earth and the light of love and that galactic universe within and around you. In each and every one of us, we're sparks of God. And God is birthing in us in May of this year of 2020.
And we have to realize that we're not stuck. We're not stuck at all.
We're not.
Yeah, what he's saying is we're beyond stuck. We're connecting to the God essence that's within us. You know, they say the new coming is us understanding that we are aspects of God. We are God.
It's birthing in us. That's what May is all about. The May is all about taking what serves you, reflection, as well as communication with yourself. And it's interesting that you guys were talking about the Jews, the Arabs, the Asians, this and that, because it's for us to understand that we're in a melting pot.
We're
and
earthlings.
We're in all this together.
Earthlings.
That's right. It's out there for a reason. It's out there for all of us to enjoy, all of us to learn about. There's no difference. The only thing that's different is it may look different than what you've been stuck in for the last decades of your life. Exactly. You know, it's just different. That's all it is different. You know, I go to Alabama. I am very different in Alabama. You know, it's not like it is here in New York, where there are tons of Italian Americans. You go to India, you're an odd person if you're looking for a Catholic church or something like that. So everything is out there for us to enjoy. And especially now that we all think we are stuck, it's a great time to learn about those things, to learn about those cultures, to embrace them as part of your world. Your world is not just Long Island. Your world is not just New York. Your world is just not the United States. Your world is everywhere where there is gravity. So if you can get to India, that's part of where you live. You live on planet Earth. If you can get to Hawaii and experience a real Hawaiian luau and the ceremony and the sacrifice of the pig and what it means and the war dances and all that, beyond a hula skirt and a lei, you can embrace that, because that is also part of where you're from. You're from Earth. So we're all webbed into this, so that there's no boundaries. There's no because right now that's what we feel that the boundary is our own home, and that's as far as we can go. That's as far as you can go if that's as far as you let your mind take you. So that you go as far as you let your mind take you.
Because we're already there. That's the whole thing. We've been there, we are there, we will be there. Everything is in the now, in this moment. Sal, you've been the Hawaiian kahuna probably in previous lives. That's why you have the
only shirts that fit me, Julian.
The poetry. You have the poetry that you're speaking now of Hawaii. You have all that. You're able to access that. And that's the whole thing. We don't need to be all over the place. We're here now, but we can access whatever it is that we need and that serves us now. If you want to connect with the Kahuna teachings, connect with the Kahuna teachings within yourself. Or we have the possibilities and abilities now to get on an internet and read about what those rituals are and see it on YouTube. My God, what a concept. Mark, we have to use the Encyclopedia of Britannica in our days to do anything like this, correct?
That's right. We had almanacs. We had the encyclopedia. Now we Google.
We have the internet.
Like I love that shirt. I saw that in Los Angeles. You know, the Google shirt. I don't need Google. My wife knows everything. That type of shirt. People just go to Google and learn everything.
We have it all. And that's why it's important, again, Mark, back to your expos, it's so important to, especially now, we deserve to support consciousness. We deserve to support conscious being, people who are of like mind and like hearts that we can speak to our language and also be empowered. It's not only gathering, it's being empowered so we can do the work that we're here to do, because when we separate from our beloved ones of like mind and like hearts, we're being thrown into a atmosphere, an environment of people who don't understand. And it's for us to come from a place of power so we can just plant the seeds in however we're doing it, through our song, through being the producer that you are, Mark, Ellen, the person that you are, Carla, the person you are, everyone online here. We're being asked to take our spark of our life purpose and go out there and share it. Go out there and share it.
And if you want to be inspired,
amongst people especially that are on that line of not understanding what is, what's not, what's happening, what's there, what's going on, and for whatever reason they meet us, and we're the ones to bring them to a place of enlightenment within themselves.
Well,
if you want to be inspired, Mark, where can people find, you're doing these online sort of mini expos with speakers. Where can they find that, and how often does that happen?
Well, they can find it on Eventbrite, and as soon as I see the link, I'll actually put the link on.
Yeah.
But it's 10:45 to 4 o'clock. And basically what it is, it's $10, and 10% goes to the COVID First Responders Fund.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And it's just 5 hours, you know, either you could, you know, put it on and listen to it, go back and listen to it, or, I mean, I'm on the whole time, just because, you know, at the expo, I'm working the whole time. So I never really get to hear a lot of the lectures. And a lot of them are really my good friends. So here I get to hang more. That's why I go to other people's expos, really, to hang with my friends and to listen. So here, the lectures are actually awesome. I mean, it'll help change your life, and it'll help change your consciousness, and it'll help you understand more of what is going on right now. And
so the reason why you said you wanted to start these is because you had an expo in May in New York that was canceled. When will your next live expo be in New York? Where can people come see it?
It's going to be October 30th, hopefully. It's October 30th to November 1st. Good. And then it's in Florida in the middle of February. But hopefully, you know, because New York is, don't forget, New York will probably be the last place to open up.
That's right.
Anthony spoke to a couple of legislators, local legislators that had said in 3 days you're going to start seeing the numbers are going down, that things are going to start opening up. Because we had to find out, because I'm doing a wedding ceremony at our place tomorrow. And so we are staying what's happening, what's really happening. So you're going to see things opening up. There might be a second strain that might be happening in November, flu season. But after all of this stuff goes on, because right now you're doing
And
it
if you're
for
planning to
people-
go to Mark's expo, just remember that Ellen isn't a doctor, so don't take everything she says in stride.
Oh,
Go
oh,
ahead, Ellen.
Wait, always go
Say.
to the Facebook page of New Life Expo, or
Yes.
go
That's right.
to newlifeexpo.com, just to
That's
make
right.
sure, you know, because actually people really still call me, you know, are you going to have the expo this, you know? I said, hello. I mean, the hotel's not even open. Sure.
Go beyond the statistics, my friends. And
That's
that's
right.
who we are. We're mystic shamans. We are of the Christos Bodhisattva, high Venus love vibration, and connect with the mystery school within yourself, the pharmacy within yourself, the birthing of God that's taking place in May within yourself. And don't believe what you're hearing or experiencing from that world. Allow your inner world to blossom
Right.
at this time.
But what
And
I'm
follow the
getting at,
advice of government officials as well. But
No,
with
but-
that, guy, I have to jump off. It's been fabulous talking
Thank
with
you
you
so
guys.
much
It's
for
been a
joining
wonderful
us.
way to spend the
How
afternoon.
about you? Wait, I love
All
you.
right, Sal. Have a good day,
Energy,
buddy.
thanks.
Mark, I
Enjoy,
love you.
Sal.
I'll see
Blessings
you
to
on
you.
the boardwalk when it opens back up. All right.
Right here, right here.
Take care.
Bye.
It was
Thank you.
good talking to you, listening to you.
but what I was saying was, no matter what, every weekend to stay tuned to the stuff that Mark is doing, which is sensational. So if you're not able to get to New York, that you're not going to be missing a beat of connecting to what he's doing and how magnificent it is. And when it does open up, God willing, very shortly, I think it's twice a year in Florida and twice a year in New York. Once this is over, it's going to be like clockwork once again, that you're going to be able to experience it live in person, meeting all kinds of phenomenal, incredible people. And that's where I was coming from a place of realizing to enjoy the now, which is coming up this weekend and every weekend, until that time happens when you're able to bring everybody through the doorway of the New York or in Boca.
Yeah. So what I'll do
Totally.
is I'll put on online the how you can see this weekend, and you know, it's just a fun way to spend a Saturday and Sunday, and it's a fun way to come to an expo if you've never been to an expo, or come to an expo and listen to speakers, to just enlighten yourself, just to make your day a little bit brighter.
Before you do leave, it'd be great, you had something that you were going to talk about that was about creating your dreams. And we spoke a little bit about it in the beginning with Sal, and he created his dream about from working in a pizza place in Massapequa to ended up becoming world renowned. You as having a concept, an idea in New York, and just having a yoga studio and connecting with like minds, and then creating an expo, which brought a lot of like minds together. What was what you were going to say about the power of creating the reality and your dreams that you so choose, and how to tap into that?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna share a screen with just some pictures, just to give you a history.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
And let's see if we do this. And let me see. Okay, so this, are you able to see that?
No.
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 You
No.
didn't share your screen, so no.
I hit share screen. Let me see. Let me go back and share screen. And okay, so this is the first thing.
Yes.
So see this?
Yeah. You see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is 1975. This was the first yoga LP. This was an LP in those days, and it was an instruction booklet. So this was me in 1975, and so again, so here I have this idea that I want to share yoga. And I had the idea, as I said before, that, for Catholic and Jewish people, it was really hard because the priests and rabbis, I mean, this was like a Hindu thing. And when the Swamis said, when I told them I wanted to open up the center where without orange robes, and they said, great. And so I made a record. And so that was the record that I had made. And it was pretty kind of cool. And what happened was that it came out, let's see if I can find this. It came out where it was shown as one of the, why don't they have it? It was one of the top 10 exercise albums at that time. And the other ones were like Richard Simmons and Jane Fonda. Well, it was the first one that was actually yoga. And so I said, I know everybody's going to benefit from this thing called yoga. I know it. And I said, you know what? If people are doing yoga, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna devise a system, and the system is gonna be yoga aerobics. You see that?
Beautiful.
So I created something called yoga aerobics, which I synthesized aerobics and yoga. I said, let me infiltrate. Well, it was really well known. It was all over. This was the San Francisco Chronicle wrote about it. It was all over. What happened? The Swamis went insane. They said, and I got gray balled from the yoga retreats in the Bahamas, et cetera. And they said, it's blasphemy. So, okay, so I stopped teaching yoga aerobics. In the height, I stopped it. And I had all these teachers that I trained. So I stopped that. And so then I said, I'm an herbalist, and my yoga center was also a healing center and an herb shop. And at that time, it was the only place where people could lecture. That was before what was called the Open Center. Actually, I was on the board for that. So I created this center, and at the center, I'll show you this. This was the herb shop, etc. And so I delivered my daughter 40 years ago at the yoga center. And of course, that was pretty innovative at that time at the yoga center. But I just knew that, of course, I can do this. I can deliver a baby because I knew that. Why not? Why not? Why shouldn't I be able to deliver a baby? And then what happened is I said, let me do an expo. And because my yoga center was like an expo, all the speakers of the center became speakers at the expo. My place was the first place you buy herbs or herbs in capsules, or herbs in tinctures, or herbs in bulk, or wheatgrass juice, or anything you heard of now. And those became my vendors in those days. Now, of course, those are the big wholesale companies. And then what happened is, if I have this, so then I said, I'm going to create the expo. So this was the first expo. That was the logo of my first expo. New Life Expo was in 91. Because in 75, I co-produced expos with, and I had Linus Pauling and all the old timers who became my teachers. And so I got to study with the best people on the planet. I studied herbs with Dr. Christopher. I got to study iridology with Bernard Jensen. I got to study nutrition, raw foods with Ann Wigmore and Michio Kushi for macrobiotics, with the best people on the planet. Sound with Stephen Halpern. In fact, we made a record in 75 after my center called Serenity, and we called it Serenity Suite. So then I said, you know what? All of a sudden, I'm going to create a magazine. And so the magazine was New Life magazine. And in those days, it was actually sold on the newsstands, New Life. And of course, now it's free. So I created a magazine. So then I said, oh my God, we're going to do the expo. And then all of a sudden, for many years, this was my logo of the expo. See this? Well, 9/11 happened. Oh
no,
my
we don't
God.
see it. Well, do you guys see it? I don't see it.
No, you're not changing it.
I only see this one.
You only have the first image. You didn't
The
change it.
yoga and you.
Yoga
That's
images?
it so
No.
far.
Oh, I was
We
showing
haven't been
all the
following you. We only see the first image, love.
That's okay. Yeah, I was showing all the images. So it's a shame because I don't know why I can't show this. but let me see if I can, because you'll love it if I can. Share because the logo for the expo for a long time was a man, was called Take a Quantum Leap. And it was a man leaping and looked like, and he was leaping, but actually flying in the air. But what it is it looks like after 9/11, it looks like he was jumping off the Empire State Building.
I wish we could see them.
Yeah, I have incredible pictures. And for some reason, I hit stop
If your
there.
heart so desires, you can send us the pictures and we can post them, or you can post them directly if your
Oh,
heart
how
so
about this?
desires.
Okay, so this you can see, right?
Ah, yes, yes.
Okay, so that was the
Excellent.
delivering of my child at the yoga center.
Aw.
And
Beautiful.
then let's see. Then this was the first expo. Wait, where'd it go?
There you go. You did it.
Yeah. I know I can.
The child swimming with the dolphin.
Yeah, so that
Wow,
was the
that's
first
gorgeous.
one, the swimming with the dolphin. Then I made so then this one you see, yes?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this was
Wow.
for
Sensational.
Wow,
many
fabulous.
years. This was it,
Fabulous.
take a quantum leap. Well, when 9/11 happened, this was not a good idea. So my show was 2 weeks after 9/11.
Wow.
I got rid of this logo because look like they were jumping off the building.
Yes,
And,
that's crazy. Wow.
And then I made a logo of Healing America. But that was kind of wild. But this was the logo for at least 10 years. Let me see. Is this good? Should I keep doing this?
Yes, yes, that's the way to do it.
Whatever, but I would still love for you to talk about the miracles of what you know of, but
Okay.
what you
I
have
guess-
put together is a miracle. This is a miracle. Go ahead, please.
Anyway, I wanted to show you the history, meaning that most people, like I was saying before to Sal, most people have ideas and they don't follow through.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the secret between success and not success. It's into following your dreams. It's taking your fantasy and bringing it into a reality. Because there wasn't an expo, there wasn't a magazine, there wasn't a yoga center, there wasn't any of these things. And so what I did is like the name Serenity, which was the name of my center, the name New Life, I got that all in a meditation. And I used to just affirm. I'm going to put people through the process. Here's the process. The process is, like in yoga, it's called yama niyama, thinking good thoughts, doing good actions. So the mind is everything is an illusion out there. The whole thing is Maya. It's an illusion. So with the mind, if you can just visualize what you want, but constantly visual, at least 5 times a day, visualize of what you want. I used to stand in front of this building. It was an old Jewish temple, 2 buildings, 3 floors, 72nd, 1st, and 2nd. I had no money to my name. I knew that was going to be my yoga center. And I used to stand in front of it every day and visualize that being my yoga center. And somehow it came to be. I said I even borrowed the commission that the real estate agent made on it. So then, and doing good actions. And as I said, I used to let people come into the center and just do yoga next to me, and I'll talk to them, give them liver flight, not charge them anything. One by one, they help me, and they help make my place successful. So what you put out in actions and in thoughts is what comes back to you. And that's what karma is. That's called karma. The next is asana. Now, asana is perfecting. This is a temple. We picked this temple to live in this time around.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to take care of the temple, what we put in the temple, how we exercise with this temple. The next step is called pranayama. Now, pranayama is breathing exercises, but prana is the energy behind the breathing. So people can flatline every day in a hospital, but they can bring them back to life. They charge them up because the energy is there. Once the energy is gone, then you can't come back. So basically, you have to do these different breathing exercises. I'm going through this and I explain why you have to do all this. Then is pratihara, controlling the senses. The senses are mediums between the mind and the outside world. What we hear, see, taste, that's not real. So if there's a car accident and the police interview 10 people, there'll be 10 different stories, even though they all saw the same thing, because they saw it through their perception. And the next is dharana dhyana samadhi. That is contemplation, meditation, and bliss. So meaning that, as I said before, we have so many thoughts going through our mind, we slow it down when we contemplate, 2 or 3 thoughts. We slow it down when we concentrate, 1 or 2 thoughts. We slow it down when we meditate to get between the thoughts. So that's the whole system. Why does it work like that? So now, here we are. We have this, what we want in life. This is our fantasy. We got an inspiration. What do we want to do? I am so happy I created this yoga center. I am so happy I created, not I'm going to create the yoga center. I am so happy. In my mind, I created the center already. I'm so happy I created this magazine. I'm so happy I created this expo. And I'm visualizing all the people in the yoga center, all the people in the expo, all the people reading the magazine, all the people being happy. I created it already. So I'm affirming it. I'm so happy. And then I'm visualizing it. So you're affirming it in your mind. You're visualizing it in your mind. So in your mind, you've done it. It's almost like, at the beginning when you go to ride a bike, you go on the bike, you fall. Boom. After a while, you can ride without hands. Or you're riding a car. Boom. Oh my God, rights, lefts. Sometimes you ride a car now and you can be all of a sudden be 3 exits away and not even realize where you are and your car is driving. You're playing a ball or something. Someone hits a fly ball, it goes to this side. After a while, you crack at a bat, you know where it is. So everything is affirmation, visualization. Then, again, praying and meditating. Praying, talking to God, meditating, listening to God. So just meditating, get into that space where you're affirming it, you're visualizing it, you're letting it come in. You realize that you're part of the whole consciousness of what's going on, and just keep following through no matter what. Follow through. So how to do this at the beginning is, after the affirmation visualization, is the breathing. Breathing is number 2. Energy is number 1. Breathing is number 2. Water is 3, and food is 4. So breathing is that. It's not a lot of famous yoga students, and before they went on or something, they would get, what's the Hindu word? Fachada. No, they would get And what it is that they're anxious and the heart starts beating, the breathing. Sometimes they forget the words, etc. It can't come out. The breath, what your parents would say is take a deep breath. Mm-hmm. In school, count to 10. I never counted 10. It wasn't so bad. So breathing, animals that breathe very fast die very young. Animals breathe very slow, live very long. Like a dog is, 7 years to 1. Like a tortoise. So the yogis believe we're born with a certain amount of breaths. When we use up the last breath is when you leave. So we want to take as long as we can to use up those breaths. So in yoga, we always exhale twice as long as we inhale. Always. And so you would inhale, and then if you're practicing, not in real life, if you're practicing just yoga, you would inhale for a certain count. You would hold it for 2, 3, or 4 times that. Then you would exhale for double. But in real life, what happens, you inhale, exhale twice as much. You don't even have to think about it. It just happens. Now, by exhaling twice as long as you inhale, you're getting rid of all the carbon dioxide in the body. So that people that don't breathe like that, they have more carbon dioxide in their body. And so they're more listless, or they don't have as much energy. What happens, and if they smoke cigarettes, forget it. Then they take some of the oxygen away, it turns into carbon monoxide. You get even more tired. So you want to get as much oxygen, much carbon dioxide out of the body, as much oxygen in the body. Exhale twice as long as you inhale. We use alternate nostril breathing to bring a balance between both parts of our body. But if you can just think about sitting down, exhaling twice as long as you inhale, and just do it for 1 minute, not doing it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, do it for 1 minute, you'll see a difference when you open your eyes. So you're doing your affirmation, you're doing your visualization, You're doing your breathing to center yourself so you can finally get into a meditative spot. And then the ideas, the inspirations come, and the follow through becomes so much easier. So that's how you would turn a fantasy into a reality. I'm sorry I didn't get to see a lot of pictures, but that's fine. The idea is that never give up. If this is your passion and this is what you really want to do, never do the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Just do it. Swami Vishnu always used to say, D-I-N, D-I-N, do it now, do it now. You want to do something, do it now. Just do it. Don't procrastinate. Just do it now. D-I-N, baby.
That was
Yay.
so
Yay.
well. Thank you so much.
Very nice. Beautiful. Beautifully said.
So, Mark, if your heart so desires,
Yes.
on a closing aspect, is there a prayer or something magical that you might want to project out into the universe?
Well, do a nice little chant. Listen to this one. Just close your eyes for a bit. Soham, Soham, Soham Shiva Ham, Soham, Soham, Soham Shiva Ham. I am that I am. 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 Soham, Soham, Soham Shiva Ham, Soham, Soham, Soham Shiva Ham. I'm neither body nor mind, eternal bliss I am. I'm neither body nor mind, eternal bliss I am. Soham, Soham, Soham Shiva Ham, Soham, Soham, Soham Shiva Ham. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Om Shalom. But that'll be it. I am that I am. I am that I am.
An exquisite soul of light that we all feel so blessed to have connected with today, and that we were able to be the 22 days of transformation, Carla and I, to be able to project the beautiful things that you do have at your expo. You have Julian in your expo. You have a lot of beautiful friends and souls that are exquisite and breathtaking. And
Again, if you want, I'll put it on.
Please.
Again, what was
you can
it?
put on the link, you can put on the image, you can put on whatever rocks your world. We are honored to project it. And that's why we have you, because we adore you.
Let me see. So let me see if I, and I have so many things up here. Ding, 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 ding. Move this over. And my chat, I don't have the chat anymore. So my, I'm not, please request record permit. Why am I can't find the chat button now. But we have great people.
Well, what's going to happen is
wait. I'm sharing.
Yes, you do.
And
what we do is we keep this playing endlessly. You can, if you want to put it on your site, playing
We
endlessly.
got it. We got it now.
And what we're going to do is underneath you playing, we're going to have your links on there, your speakers on there. And if you choose to become a member, you can update it and put the new people and the new things that are happening.
Right. So this is what's happening this weekend.
Okay.
And people love Nevza. She's from, she's doing it from Europe. But a lot of these people, nobody in New York has seen. And Hollis Duran is going, and Thomas John are both going to be doing live healings. So both doing afterlife with different people online.
Oh, you have, what do you call it? Georgia, what do you call it on there?
Jesuit.
Joshua.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful friend of mine too. How lovely.
Yeah. So he'll be on. Thomas John will be on. Robbie Young will be back because his people love him.
Yeah.
Lori Spagna is coming from California. She's great. Everybody. I mean, everybody is just very special in what they do and what they can present. So come join us. You know, it's 10:45 to 4, and you can get on Eventbrite. I have the link somewhere, but you'll find it. And that's my.
We'll have it for everybody, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
We will.
Were you able to say any of those things? Yeah.
Well, we only see the schedule, baby doll.
Okay.
If, like I said, if your heart so desires, you could send us the pictures because we love pictures. We adore pictures.
Thank
Oh,
Carla.
so Jordan Sorority is coming back on with you on at 11 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah,
That's
she's coming back by popular demand. I think she's on yours also.
Yeah, she's going to be on us on the 7th. On the
Uh-huh.
7th, she'll be on. It was a beautiful Essence of Light.
And Carla, so it's great seeing you, meeting you, and
Yes,
Ellen,
it was
you're a
great
delight.
you and meeting you.
And I love Sal. Sal is great.
Wasn't he fun? He's
Sal is awesome.
His character.
Well, you know what?
Great.
And he's
Beautiful.
a young guy that has a lot on the ball.
he does. He really does.
I mean, without hearing him sing, he was great. Imagine hear him sing.
You got to check it out. I tell you, you get chills. He's so gorgeous. He really is so gorgeous.
Julian, you're always a delight. I'm
Thank
telling
you.
that wherever you are, if you're with Julian, he will stop every person. He will make their energy up. He reminds me of Robin Williams. You know, Robin Williams named me Yogi Man. And Robin Williams would come into Serenity, and he was so funny, he would make you funny. Well, Julian has so much energy and positive that, like, when he walks over to somebody, their energy becomes positive, and he makes the chart right on the spot. I mean, you're one of the most incredible people I know. I love you, Julian.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Blessings to you.
On that note, Carla, is there anything you want to say before we end? This way we make sure everybody comes up because it's already 3:18.
Okay, I'm just fully in gratitude for Mark, for everything that you do and meeting you and talking with you. And Sal, it was amazing to have Sal and everybody that's just been a part of this, and really how we're all impacting lives on our journey. And it's just amazing what Ellen and I are doing together and how it just came apart. It came together so quickly. And I think so many of us have grown so much, and I just love to see that momentum keep building and being a part of everything. And Mark, I thank you so much for everything that you bring and all of your 40 years of dedication to have the vision, the passion from the heart to step out and do something different to help us to wake up. Because what you did 40 years ago has helped me, has helped so many people. And so thank you so much. Thank you.
It's almost 50 years. I look back and I go, oh my God. You know, it's like
50 years.
And you know, I said, you know, that I'm 72, and I don't know. It's all in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the mind.
Yes, it is.
Well, you are an amazing light, which I have reiterated over and over because you are what you are. And,
we are that we are.
And may we all constantly shine our lights and shine our love and enjoy the magnificence of looks like the sun is coming out today. And tomorrow, who's going to be on, Carla?
I don't have my book with, Dawn is going to be on tomorrow.
Oh, she is such an incredible delight. So stay tuned to what's to come. Check out what's to come with Mark. We're going to have links, and you'll see some of the wonderful people he'll be putting out there. And until next time.
Well, thank you for doing what you're both doing.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Mwah.
God bless. God bless.
God bless. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye,
you.
baby doll.
Ciao, beloved.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah.
Goodbye, world.